Welcome to Thoughts on Status Quo. This is your host, Jimmy. It's currently 1:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today's conversation is regarding California's water crisis, the $200 million fish controversy. Today, we're diving into a heated debate that's been raging across the Golden State. So let's crunch some numbers. The shocking numbers: California has diverted enough water to fill 300,000 Olympic swimming pools, a staggering 195.5 billion gallons, while Southern California homes were at risk of burning down. This isn't just a drop in the bucket, it's a flood of controversy. The main subject of today's talk is the Delta smelt. That's a tiny little fish that's been blowing up all over X. A tiny fish, but a huge impact. At the center of our storm is a small silvery fish called the Delta smelt. This critically endangered species, native to the San Francisco Bay Delta, has become the poster child for California's complex water management policies. The policy explains to protect the Delta smelt, vast amounts of fresh water are diverted to maintain its habitat. The water, which would typically flow south through the California aqueduct, is instead restricted to create a, quote, suitable environment, end quote, for the fish. The conflict. Critics argue that this environmental policy is exacerbating water scarcity, particularly in Southern California. The impact? This hinders firefighting efforts and vulnerable communities. The wildlife crisis currently, as we've seen in the recent wildfires, are the direct consequences of these policies. And it's becoming alarmingly clear. In Los Angeles, for example, the fire hydrants ran dry as firefighters battled blazes in the Pacific Palisades area. This is where the absurdity comes in. Due to the lack of water, some firefighters resorted to using women's handbags, get this, to carry water to the fire lines.
It's fucking taking off back here. Oh, the building's done.
Yes, you heard that right. Handbags were turned into makeshift firefighting equipment because they did not have access to running waters in their pipe. The numbers behind the crisis. Let's break down the shocking statistics. So there's over 195 billion gallons of water diverted, $200+ million spent on Delta smelt protection measures, countless homes put at risk due to insufficient water for firefighting. And the broader context, it's crucial for us to understand that California's water is typically divided into three main sectors. Communities take up 10%, agriculture 40%, and the environment takes up 50%. Environmental advocates argue that protecting the Delta smelt is crucial for the overall health of the Delta ecosystem. They contend that these policies are based on scientific research and necessary for long-term ecological sustainability. On the other hand, agricultural interests and some water agencies express concerns about these policies, arguing that they reduce water availability for farming and urgent, dire human needs. The wildfire factor. It's super tempting for us to draw a direct line between water management policies and wildfire outcomes. The reality is more complex. Wildfires are influenced by multiple factors, including climate conditions, forest management practices, and urban development patterns. As we wrap up, it's clear that California's water management involves complex trade offs between environmental protection, agriculture needs, urban water use, and public safety. The $200 million spent on Delta smelt protection and the 195.5 billion gallons of water diverted are lightning rods during this ongoing debate. Now, this question still remains. How can California balance its environmental responsibilities with the pressing needs of its human population, especially in times of crisis? It's a question that demands ongoing scientific research, stakeholder engagement, and adaptive management approaches. As we've seen, the consequences of these policies are appalling. From dry fire hydrants to firefighters using handbags. It's a stark reminder of the real world impacts of environmental policies and the urgent need for more effective solutions. That's all for today's episode. Remember to stay informed, stay engaged, and keep the conversation going. Until next time, this is Jimmy signing off.